Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess it's time to do a Blu-ray update this time. I thought maybe just kind of basically be fun to get back to the, updates, which is what's new, which is in the horizon. And, of course, I really want to just basically discuss just a little bit about these movies, because I know people already talk about it, and I know generally it's just basically been, a rise in Richard for these releases, so I didn't really pass these up because I really wanted to get back to the superhero genre films, and even though I do have Spider-Man originally in my collection, but I like to watch other kind of means of superhero genre movies that are available of course in the Blu-ray form. So of course I have none other than basically people's all-time favorite, the Dark Knight himself, Batman. So what kind of Batman movies I got originally in the collection? Well, you just have to wait and see. Today on Prayers Movie Reviews. Welcome back. Okie dokie, I guess we could start off by the first film that a lot of people find this movie very well consumed genre, and of course one of the basically all-time people's favorite movies. Basically the first run of the Batman movie is called Batman the Movie, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. Yeah, I find that this movie very well just kind of obvious, which is why the Batman genre films has been quite somewhat been entertaining. For this, of course, is basically just entertainment as well, so I didn't really pass this up originally. So I actually picked this up at Walmart for about, I think it was $4.95. It was basically dropped down version for $5.99. Back in when they were just doing a re-release of the Batman movies on Blu-ray. They did have originally the Batman steelbooks originally, but I didn't want to basically get them because I did not have much original of the base of the steelbooks, and of course I just wanted the darn movies. So of course I picked up this, which is the first Batman movie, and of course this is the 1960s Batman flick, and really it's a high burst of quality. I mean, the quality of stuff is not bad. The only thing difference is I just don't have a normal basically HD TV. I did have one basically. I do have one. But, yeah, I just basically popped this open and had no problem with it. The sound quality is like, basically, I think the quality is the sound, it's basically, 5.1 master surround sound, so it's not too bad originally. I will say it was about, how Blu-ray originally tend to basically give you an idea originally of how much, I guess more detail originally based on what's going on. So yeah, basically for that it's basically straightforward. So of course on the special features we have of course commentary by the actors of Adam West and Burt Ward. Another commentary by screenwriter Lord Templeton Jr. Introductory score sound in DTS HD, which is master quality where you can actually listen to less basically of the noise which of the film. Of course, we have Batman Dynamic League feature, Cape Crusader, The Heroes of Trial of the featurette, Gotham City's Most Wanted featurette, which is actually a pretty nice featurette originally, because on that it basically just kind of gives a nice basic feature of the criminals in, well, how can I say, the villains in the Batman movie in this version, because of course you got Catwoman, the Riddler, Penguin, and also the Joker, which I find that really really interesting. And of course we have a 2002 featurette, which is, or 2001 featurette, which is, yeah, it's really kind of a standalone same featurette originally from back in, I think, they actually did originally the other previous Batman DVD versions, so that's there. Of course you have the Batmobile revealed with George Brenneman, who is giving you the idea of how he made the car and everything. Of course, you got the Batman Introductory Tour, which is, of course, you look at the interface of the 1960s Batmobile. Batman on Location, the map of the film. Holy Tribute track, Batman. The original theatrical tease and trailer. And also you got the Spanish trailer, which is kind of really interesting. Just a subtitle Spanish trailer that they were trying to, of course, release the film back in the 60s. And then finally you have Steel Gallery, which is quite interesting. So of course you have the front cover, the spine, I don't know, you can probably see it, and on the back got the, of course, the featurettes and everything else. And inside, get a nice good look of the disc. And yes, it's in the eco package, which I love eco packaging. So that is, of course, Batman the movie, the 1960 movie film. Then, of course, I actually did not require Richard basically picking these up because for some reason, I don't know, I've been really hoping they try to get them, you know, basically in a nice Blu-ray box set. But the box set comes in so really controversial ways on Amazon, and I'm double thinking, well, I want to get the box set, but I see these sets for about dirt cheap. So, of course, I didn't really pass these up because I actually got these three, Richard, from, of course, from Best Buy, Richard, for I think it was around about. They were priced about like the main three Batman films were priced about $9.99 or basically $5.99, Richard, on I guess the blowout sale. And then one I picked up, Richard, through Amazon was about $14. So of course I picked up the Batman trilogy, which is all four Batmans, and of course we have the first Batman, the second Batman, third Batman, and of course everybody hates and loves Richard about the fourth Batman, which is Batman and Robin. Now, compared for basically these movies, I find all three of them pretty well, all four of them really well good, especially with the idea of make the Batman, make the character of the base of the story a lot more darker tone and everything else, Richard. So yeah, but really, I've been really trying to hold these out, Richard, not because Richard that the base I was waiting for based on sale or everything. I was just hoping they would probably re-release the individual sets which are on Blu-ray, so I could pick them up easily, basically through online or in the store. So lo and behold, when I saw these three for on sale, Richard, for $9, I didn't pass them up. I just basically picked them up and actually looked forward to it. They didn't have the fourth one, and I didn't know Richard if they was probably going to re-release it again. So I actually went to Amazon, and lo and behold, I did have extra money, Richard, through Amazon, of course, back when I was working at the time, and I just picked this up, Richard, for about $14. I think it was around about 10 of Richard was on sale, Richard, but it was around about 14, Richard. So yeah, but that was pretty well cool, Richard. So basically, I have all the Batman movies in my collection. I did have the Batman movies on VHS back in the day. I didn't really have them on DVD because, well, I didn't really basically go bother basically picking them up on DVD. So when I heard they were putting on Blu-ray sets in a nice keep casing and a nice slim case box set with the trilogy, I really want to pick them up, but I really want to pick it up, but for some reason I just kind of didn't really bother basically getting in because, well, it tends to basically be on sale, Richard, for some reason. But every time when I get it, it's just like it's just gone. But the one base I want to pick up is the Superman Mythology. That's really I want to pick up for my collection because that's the holy grail for me, Richard, basically picking that up. So when I saw these, I didn't mind getting these. So of course we have on the first Batman movie, which is the 1989 film, we have commentary by director Tim Burton. On the set with Bob Kane, The Legend of the Dark Knight, The History of Batman, which is basically the saga which of all the base of the four Batman movies. Then we have, of course, the Shadow of the Bat, the Simian Saga of the Dark Knight parts, which is all the continuing base of that. And then we have Beyond the Batman documentary gallery. Then we have three Prince music videos, which of course you have Bat Dance, Party Man, and Scarsters, if I pronounced that name right. So you have three basic music videos, and then you have, of course, Heroes and Villains profile gallery, sequel of the Batman the complete Robin storyboards scored, which is, I was pretty interesting because in here, on the scores, based on the storyboard, they actually had the voice of doing the Batman, the animated series Joker, which is, I forgot what his name was, but he was actually this voiceover basically of the storyboard, which is kind of really interesting. If you haven't really picked this up, which is quite really good, really. So that's there, and then you also have the theatrical trailer. On the Batman Returns, you have, of course, commentary with Tim Burton, of course, a featurette with the Bat, Cat, and Penguin of making of the film. Then of course you have a four-parter of well, basically, I guess the actual part of basically the saga of the Shadow of the Bat. Then you have, of course, Beyond the Batman documentary gallery. Then you have, of course, Summerlin and Basil Benson face-to-face music video there. And then you also, of course, have Heroes and Villains profile gallery, and of course the theatrical trailer. Then on the third Batman, Batman Forever, which is all my one-time favorites. I really enjoy Batman Forever. I don't know. I think it's kind of like campy, Richard George, because it did kind of follow up, Richard, of the 1966 Batman flick, when of course, Richard, not many people find that pretty interesting. But hey, it has that really drama between the basic first two, basically directed by John Scriberman, if I pronounce his name right. Okay, so we have, of course, the director commentary by John Silverman, adding scenes, reading me this, Why the Batman's Forever, Shadow of the Bat, another saga, based on Part 5, which is pretty interesting. Beyond the Batman documentary gallery, Kiss by the Rose music video, definitely a wonderful music video. I really find the reason why I love about Batman Forever, it's not just the lyrics or anything. It's just that the idea of basically having the Riddler played by Jim Carrey. I mean, I thought his performance was quite good and everything else, and I've never seen no problem with it, Richard. So yeah, so that's there. Then we have the Heroes and Villains profile gallery and theatrical trailer. So that's that. Then finally, I don't care if everybody what to say, I enjoy Batman and Robin. I think it's okay, Richard, for a cheese fest. For a lot of reasons, and yeah, I just never seen the point of that, Richard. I mean, generally, when I first saw this, Richard, I was kind of like overjoyed of it, and I never had a problem with it. The only thing I will have a problem was because there was so much there was so much basic dialogue. You can hardly basically know Richard basically was supposed to be entertainment, or just based on matter just ridiculous to watch. Because I know a lot of people hate and this feeling about this movie, and I do too, but to be honest, I find it very well enjoyable to watch. I mean, it's watchable. I mean, come on, it just kind of just basically played for laughs. I mean, yeah, of course, people want a serious Batman version to base of their genre in the comics, but to be fair, I don't know, it just kind of just drove me off. So, okay, we have a commentary directed by John Silverman, another basically Shadow of the Bat cinema documentary, and scenes by Alfred's Lost Love, which is actually a pretty well DC featurette. Really, just nice, really see a nice, really well with Alfred Pennyworth basically have a decent, really love interest. Then we have Beyond the Bat documentary gallery, 4 music videos, which I'm not going to explain them all. I'm just going to show you the front of the cover. Then we have Heroes and Villains profile gallery, and finally theatrical trailer. So that is, of course, the Batman mythology, and I guess I could probably show you the interspaces spaces. So we, of course, have the first film, which is, I don't know, basically, sorry, but okay, so we have that. Then we open it up. This there with the eco package, and of course we have the second film, which is there. And once again, in an eco package with a nice disc art. Love the artwork, which is really. And on the third one, we have that. Basically flipped it. There's that. And finally, the fourth film. like I said, I still like the film. I don't know. I just think it's kind of really interesting to watch, and I don't know. I just find it very well entertaining to me. I don't know. It's just play for laughs, I guess. I guess the only thing I like about the third film generally, about the third film and fourth film generally, is that they're trying to advertise their toys. That's what I think they were trying to do. They were advertising their products and everything. I mean, you cannot believe that what director Trump was trying to do, because he was trying to bring that kind of culture back, that they did originally back in the 1960s, Batman TV show and the film simultaneously. So I guess because since his basic passion, basically of loving the character, I think it was pretty well fine. I don't know, Richard. Maybe just me, Richard. I guess I'm just sucker towards that. So then, of course, you have the disc itself with the nice equal cases. Yeah, the all of these main basic films are in the equal cases, so that's that. Then that's basically just there. Then I actually didn't want to pick up. I was going to pick up all the main of the, of course, Christopher Nolan Batman movies on this Blu-ray disc packaging. But since I saw this box set for $27 at Walmart back in, I think this set came out, I think right after Richard with the third and final movie film came out originally. So I didn't really anticipate Richard pick this up originally. So I really been wanting to basically try to get the visual individual sets, but I thought seeing this for $27, and since I have a discount with Walmart, I thought why not? I guess I'll just pick it up for just the occasion reason. So all the basic content of the, of course, the featurettes, the basic by making of the film and everything else are in duplicate in this set. But not only did you have that, you also have a booklet of basic things of all the basic the costumes and basically sets and crew and even the drawing of the engines. But I think the basically kind of weird the drawing to me is, let's see, where is it? I know base is in here. Probably in the back page. No, let's see. Hold on 1 second, guys. I know it's in here. Where is it? It's basically Derek and Mason to the yeah. And here we have of course, a nice sneak peek of both Bane's and Catwoman's, masks and their German costumes. But this was kind of weird to me because on here, I don't know if you could probably see the base of the booklet. It says here that originally they were trying to design how Bane will look properly when he's fully basically be terrifying and everything. For me, I'd never seen Bane be terrified. I mean, yeah, in the comics he was basically, threatened and just a unbasic character who just wanted to basically mutilate and actually just, destroy the Batman. Because originally, of course, even though Batman is a human being and basically a crime fighter, he still basically has his human emotions and everything else. And towards here, I think that really was weird because they were trying to have Bane's, mask to be more threatened while he's actually basically, and that's my phone, don't worry about it, actually have a decency to try to be more terrifying and threatened. So for that being said, it's just kind of like pretty much throw me off originally. And don't get me started about Anne Hathaway originally being Catwoman. I mean, yeah, she's a great actress and all and everything else. But to be fair, I don't know. I'm just thinking she does play, Selena Kyle, okay, Richard playing Catwoman, basically, but it doesn't clap with what's her? Just basically did Richard in Batman Returns. I forgot her name was. And I'm just so horrible basically with people remember people's names. But the only thing I disliked was about the performance of Catwoman, basically what she did in Batman. I guess Batman. The Dark Knight Rises, is that Catwoman never had much as a backstory, or even Bane. I mean, we do see Bane in some genre as a backstory version, and basically towards the end of the film, but it's kind of weird version. But it really kind of throws me off version to basically see, Christopher Nolan's version of Batman. I mean, yeah, of course, you could basically have a different version of Batman in different ways, but I don't know. It kind of throws me off versus a bit, but whatever. It just goes to show. So that's that, and then of course we have the box set of all the main 3 movies that Christopher Nolan directed. So of course there's really no like basically inserts or anything. I did have the insert somewhere originally. I just basically kept a file somewhere around in my place, so I'm not basically gonna find it anyway. But all the contents are basically in basically one set. So of course we have basically, of course, the first movie, Batman Begins, in the actual movie, and you also get featurettes. Then if you open it up, let's see if I can basically give you like this. Oh yeah, there's basically I guess originally a insert version based of the digital copy, which is there. It would be expired on, where was it? I think it just expired. Oh no, I got it till based on December 4th, 2014. Well, I'm not going to use it anyway, so that's the version that could be better. Then of course we have another insert, which is of course a merchandise of all the Batman stuff. So that's that. Then if we go to the disc, of course, you have, okay, so you have in the Dark Knight Rises, you do have the featurette film, and on the top and the bottom, on the bottom, you do have featurettes, which I will show you. See if I can put them out originally. These are hard basically to get them out originally. Okay, there we go. And I'm glad originally the Blu-rays are indestructible. So we have the films on Blu-ray. So that's that. And we have the featurettes on Blu-ray discs as well. There are featurettes basically on some of the base of the major films, but they are constantly just basically commentaries and just basically the actual trailers. While you do get very well considered trailers and everything, and of course, the Dark Knight Rises Blu-ray set does require all the featurettes. So that's that. Oh, wait a minute. I put the inserts in the back in the case. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I just find, Christopher Nolan's Batman movies quite interesting, but to be fair, I don't know. It's just like they're not really just memorable. It's like you watch the, of course, the Tim Burton and Joan DeSuman, whatever his last name is, generally is. But to be fair, I don't know. I just find it pretty much obvious. So that's that. So of course, basically, all the sets of here are quite basically interesting, and I will have to say, in the Batman Rises, the way that we see, Batman faces Bane originally, that scene is not quite a good fight scene. I recommend, I don't know, I think the only thing I find disabilities about that scene originally is when we see, Bane, Batman face one another originally, basically in, of course, the sewers, which is actually the letter to leave, basically, in, of course, Wayne Tower, the corporation, while in the actual comic book, Bane and Batman face him basically in his Batcave. I mean, that's what's basically the genres are. But the only thing I find that really weird about that is because it wasn't really really supporting to me. I mean, yeah, it was seeing, of course, Bane, breaking Batman's back, and really see that that scene should be taking place, but. It just didn't feel right to me. I mean, yeah, it was entertaining, it was very well watchable, and seeing Batman basically breaking by basically the biggest villain all the time, maybe just being ridiculous, and just kind of wasn't entertaining for me. So yeah, that was pretty much it, but hey, well, it works. But anyway, so of course we have let's basically cap, of course, but that so I have Batman the movie, 1960 film. The 1989 Batman movie, 1992 Batman Returns, 1996 Batman Forever, 1999 Batman and Robin, and finally, to 2000 to 2012 Batman mythology movies. So that has contained all of the Batman movies. Let me basically put them all together and give you this and that. There we go. And that is my Batman collection. Yeah, I've been really trying to hold on basically for these sets for quite some time. And I guess for some reason, I just never got around to just, of course, basically picking up the Batman movies on DVD. Because I know with Blu-ray, it's basically a lot more better, I guess. And hey, at least I got them back in the set, and I will eventually keep them for the long as I learn, basically, if I can. So, that is it for me and you for now. I'm hoping basically this was really entertaining for you. Please like and subscribe my channel, and hopefully down below with this video. And yeah, hope I'll see you next time. Until then, this is Air Thank you for watching, and sayonara.